Hey there, how's it going? So today I wanted to just make a gratitude video because I've recently discovered Reddit, which I mentioned in my last video. And by discovered, I mean I made an account on the app and downloaded the app. Made an account on Reddit. So anyways, I've been getting quite a bit of attention on there, which is kind of interesting because I haven't gotten that on YouTube specifically, or not that much. But it is it feels nice. It's nice to feel like my voice is being heard, and hopefully someday some of you Redditors will be visiting my channel. That would be awesome. One of the things I'm grateful for is I got a really good comment on my last video, someone expressing their appreciation for it, and that means a lot to me. So my love language is words of affirmation. So whenever I get something like that, it makes my day. You don't have to say much, but just acknowledging the work I put into it and the message that I'm sending, it does mean a lot. So thank you for doing that. In addition, tonight I was submitting some responses to some posts that were made for my school. Currently, I'm attending a school online. I'm looking into studying psychiatry because specifically studying behavioral psychiatry, because for the past couple of years, have had to figure out why my brain does what it does and why I think the things that I do, why I took the actions that I took, and how that led to who I am today. In the minimal amount of research I've done online, it seems like the interest that I have in behavioral psychology and its meaning is parallel to the experience that I've been having and how I've had to reconfigure my brain, reframe my image of myself and the world around me. And if I can help inspire others to better themselves, then that will be a lot of joy for me. So that is the direction that I'm going in. Anyways, we have to make posts on the forum, on the website, the school's website. And then we're supposed to respond to 2 students, which is par for the course. I've had to do that before in other schools. But I found, for one, I wasn't really expecting a response to mine. I've not looked at my own responses to see if anyone responded to mine too much. Since it's like all graded and stuff, it kind of feels disingenuous. And you know, I'm saying this stuff for a grade. They're saying this stuff for a grade. However, the fact that I got responses at all, because I usually turn my assignments in either on time or just well after other people have turned theirs in, it was meaningful to me. And the responses were not generic, they were thoughtful. And they were guided because they were following a rubric, but still, it seemed impactful to me. My words having that impact on someone means a lot to me. I like using words. I love speaking. I like sharing what I believe in. Part of this comes from my experience as a missionary and just being a Mormon, because that's heavily emphasized that you share things. You share your beliefs with other people. You spread the word, whether you're a missionary or not. But also, my folks are very passionate people and love sharing what they believe in, so I guess the two go hand in hand, and I'm enjoying that right now. And if I can help change a life, or if I can inspire peace in someone who would normally be hostile and give them a different perspective, I will be really grateful for that. That will bring a lot of joy to me. One thing that I have been working on personally is being able to face criticism. One of the first posts that I got in my video about stop hating trans, it was negative, but I could have responded. I took a few days to think about, I took a few days to decide whether I was going to respond or not at all. But then I realized something. I realized that this is a chance, because they were so candid with me, this is a chance for some open dialogue. This is a chance for a discussion to happen. Regardless of whether I feel that their statements were accurate or not, or supported or not, it was still a chance for me to talk with this person, to open up a conversation, and having a measured response to their criticism and explaining, in this instance, where the sources for my beliefs come from and how you can use sources from multiple places, not just one. I hope that it helped that individual in some way. Because having grown up Mormon conservative and now being a democratic socialist atheist, which is quite the change, there was a lot that got me to this point there, and it was from the change came not from abrasive people or someone trying to just make a point to humiliate me, to refute what I said, but it came from those that decided to listen and were kind enough to be willing to have dialogue and discourse with me, even if they disagreed with me, and having the patience to speak their mind, but also being understanding of who I was at the time. That inspired, I think, more change and did a lot more good for me than those that would argue aggressively. I was trained to argue aggressively, but I think more change came out of those that were more compassionate, because it led me to who I am now. And to think about, like, having a compassionate attitude, even when you disagree, it means you're leaving a door open. That person trusts you a little more, because you actually gave them attention. You listened to them. You didn't try and debate every little facet of their argument. You didn't try to nitpick. Maybe you chose a particular issue to respond to amongst the other issues that the person was bringing up. But the fact that you sat there and listened, it goes a long way in changing a life. So anyways, I am grateful for the people who responded to my assignments. And I even my assignment. I'm grateful for the people who responded to my assignment. And then I even went to look at what other people posted, even though I'd already made the posts I needed to make. And I'm glad I did, because I found another inspiring story of someone who is not only trying to go to school, but is also trying to raise children and being an inspiration to them. And I find that fascinating. I find that amazing. It's really cool. One of the posts to my assignment was talking about refactoring the situation that I am currently in and finding achievable goals that are within my reach, within my grasp. That's something that I can achieve right now or in the near future that are realistic. And I One example that he threw at me was, if you're living in an apartment, maybe you can't move out yet, maybe you can't afford a home, but you can make the apartment neat and tidy. You can take care of the things that you have and make it a welcoming and warming place to be in. Which, yeah, that was beautiful. I loved that response, because it's where I'm at right now. I live in a 1-bed, 1-bath. And when the kids come over, it's crowded. I have 3 of them, and I love them all. But you run out of space really quickly in a 1-bed, 1-bath. But nonetheless, I appreciate his comment, because it's very apt. It's very applicable to my situation. And it was a good reminder to me, because I am currently looking at and finding a home. But with what I'm making now, with my expenses, it's not something I can really afford to do. So I am reliant on other things, particularly the VA, to hopefully come through for me. I'm working on applying for VA disability for things that happened to me in the Air Force, and things that have consequently happened because of my experience in the Air Force. So I'm hoping the percentage will be high, because that'll help in this market, in this economy, help me get a proper home where I can actually house the kids properly when they come over. But at the same time, if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. Or it just won't happen right away. It just could happen later on, and that is okay. That's a possibility I need to be prepared for. But it's also good that that gentleman said what he said, because I can take stock and appreciate what I have with me, and I can make the best of what this is. This is where I'm at now. This is my life. I can make good of it. And it was inspiring to me. I am grateful for a reliable vehicle. I'm grateful for this shelter that I have. Though it gets increasingly expensive every year to live here, it's better than some, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for my tabletop RPG collection, which I have a few of, and I would love to go into discussion with eventually, but I have other topics I want to get to. I'm grateful for my mind and my imagination. I'm grateful for my life experiences and what I've learned over the years, because it's made me who I am today, and it brings me joy. Even though some of it was painful, and I certainly would never want to relive it or have someone else go through that, I still found some good from it. I've learned some good things from it. And hopefully, by me sharing my thoughts and feelings with you, you can avoid some of those nastier lessons and take wisdom from my experience. That's why I'm so candid about the things that I've done in my life, because I want to hopefully help someone avoid the bad decisions I made and reap the benefits of the good decisions that I've made and the experience that I'm sharing. In closing, I just want to say I'm grateful for you, dear viewer, for viewing this video. I know that my past couple of videos have been of sensitive and controversial topics, but I wanted to release a video that was a bit more happy, which is what this is just me expressing my gratitude for the things that I have and who I am. And I'm glad for who I am. And I hope that you are glad for who you are, and that you're having a wonderful day and week.